Okay guys, thank you for shopping with I Build You Fly. This is just a quick instructional video to get you up and flying within about 5 to 10 minutes. So we're going to go through the first initial steps and we'll get you set up. So here we go. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is take out your drone. It will be ready to go. So it will have a battery already installed. It will have your gimbal and camera already installed. The GPS will actually be folded, so I'm going to go ahead and fold this down so it'll actually come to you folded down. You'll take the GPS and straighten it, make it vertical, and then screw it down and you will be ready to go. You will also, that was my wife in the background there, she's playing with the dog. So you will need your Android device if you'd like to control this with a tablet, but it's not necessary. You can actually control it with your radio. So first things first, we will turn the radio on. Now if you get this switch error, all you have to do is flip the switches, make sure all 4 of them are in the upright position, and you'll be good to go. So I'm going to put that down, and we'll get into the components that you'll need for Android device control, tablet, phone, etc. So this will ship with the ground control telemetry radio, and this is how your drone is going to communicate with your tablet and vice versa. So I'm already going to include an OTG cable, and that will plug right in to the USB, and you will take your OTG cable and plug right into your tablet. And it should pop up as, yes, so it recognized it. So after that is done, go ahead and set your tablet down. Now I'm going to go ahead and connect the battery to the battery input. So we have a XT60 connector, and we're going to go ahead and connect it to there. So those two. So I'm going to have to put it down. And here we go. Once we do that, we will get the test tone, and that's just for the ESCs, letting you know that they are good to go. Now, first thing we're going to do with this radio is connect to the tablet. But I will show you how to go through your flight modes, because that's the most important thing. Alright? So here we go. I have tower open, and we're going to hit connect right there, and we should get an audio confirmation. Connected. There we go, connected. And your flight mode, all your information is going to be at the top screen. I know it's kind of difficult to see with the camera, hopefully. So we see that we're at 12.4 volts battery. We see we're in stabilized mode. We see we have 100% RSSI. We see we are at about 5 feet altitude, and we have a 3D lock, which is great. The GPS works indoors, which is really good. So it'll definitely work outdoors. So we're going to go into flight mode. Flight mode switching. So you have your radio here. These 2 switches I have programmed for 5 different flight modes. First flight mode is the default flight mode, which is stabilized. So I will, if you flip both switches up, mode stabilize, it'll automatically go to stabilize. Now the left switch, if you bring that to the middle position, mode altitude hold. It is an altitude hold mode, which means basically it will hold whatever altitude the copter is at currently. Left switch all the way down, mode loiter, is loiter mode, which is a GPS hold mode, so that will hold the position as well as the altitude. Next mode I'd like to go into is one of my favorites, and it is auto mode. You'll take the right stick and bring it down.
Mode auto.
And that is auto mode, which is one of my favorites because that's your autonomous mission program, or flight mode. And basically what happens is if you have a mission uploaded onto the flight controller, you flip that switch and it'll automatically begin that mission. It will fly from waypoint to waypoint to waypoint as you have specified. And
Mode stabilize.
one of the most important flight modes is return to launch, because you definitely want to get this thing back home if you run into an issue, or you're flying and you lose orientation, or you just get nervous and you want it to come back. You flip both switches into the down position,
Mode return to launch.
and it'll automatically go into return to launch mode, and it'll bring it home. It will fly back to the location that it launched from, and in 5 seconds it will begin to descend, and it will land itself and turn itself off, which is a great feature. Alright, I'm going to flip back into stabilize, both switches up,
Mode stabilize.
and there you go. So that is your flight mode control. Now I'm going to talk about the gimbal, so we can have, if you want to take this thing out and get some really cool video and have it be stable, we're going to go into the gimbal. Now I've already pre-configured everything, so one of the best things about these drones is the fact that I've already tuned everything and I've gone through all the headache, so you don't have to worry about getting settings just right. Even though it's all tunable, once you get more familiar with the software and more familiar with the settings, you can tune it however you'd like, but I have it tuned to eliminate a headache on your end. So here we go. So I have your gimbal and camera right here. Right now the gimbal is off, so it's it's just dangly. It's not really doing anything. I'm going to go ahead and plug that in, and we'll see how this thing stabilizes. So set it down, go ahead and plug it in, and basically you've got your balance cable. See if I can get a close up so you can see this here. So you've got your battery balance cable, which is here. So here's your main battery cable there. This is your balance cable. This is what charges the individual cells that are in the battery, if you have your balance charger. So we're going to take that connector. Here's your gimbal connector, and then those two connect together, and that's how we're going to get the 12 volts into the gimbal. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then you will see how it stabilizes. Alright, it's connected, and give it a minute to initialize. Once it's initialized, we should be ready to go. Alright, so as you see, I can move the copter, but the camera is staying completely upright. So no matter what the copter does, the camera will stay in a stable position. Kind of difficult to see on the camera, but I'm trying to. But yes, it will keep things very, very smooth. You do have to make sure when you strap the camera down. I already have it strapped down, but make sure when you strap the camera down that it is strapped in pretty tight. Otherwise, it'll sense vibrations and you'll get gimbal vibrations. So if it does that, don't worry about it. Just turn everything off and make sure your camera is strapped down really well. Alright, that is it. Hope you enjoy your drone, and please email me if you have any questions. Alright, have a good day. Bye-bye.